Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Today, I'll be talking about smartwatches, which I own. As you can see, I have 7 of them in front of me. These are my best smartwatches that I ever have. 4 of them is modified and 3, I left it as is. Why would I modify it? Well, I liked the unique feature that I put into it. Let's talk about the essential features that you must have for smartwatches. Now again, this is my opinion because some of you may not use this feature, but I do. Okay, the reason I have 7 smartwatches is because of these unique features that it have, which I would say you should have or must have in order to really enjoy smartwatches. Okay, what is number one? Well, number one, it should be able to tell time, right? Smartwatch should be able to tell time really well. And the one feature that smartwatch has over an analog watch is that it can be synchronized with GPS or the network, so it's always accurate. You can actually do daylight saving feature. In other words, it can just automatically switch to the exact time when there's a switch during that month or season. So that's one thing I like about smartwatch. It can do that. So if you're going to purchase a smartwatch, make sure the smartwatch has ability to tell time really well and accurately. In other words, it should be hooked up independently to the network system. For that to work, it has to have its own Wi-Fi built in. Okay? Not using the smartphone just on its own. That's very important. It should have Wi-Fi built in, so it can just automatically synchronize that with the Wi-Fi network. Okay? Number 2, and this is my own personal preference, is that its ability to play music on its own. In other words, it has ability to store that music using a micro SD. So all these watches has a micro SD built in. I can put the music in that, usually it's MP3 file, put in there, and I could store up to 32 gig of music, and I could stream it through Bluetooth. Like as you can see here, I have a Bluetooth headphone. I can do that. Now, all these 7 smartwatches can do that except for one. Actually, of the 6 can do that. One of them, I think this one here, you can see that, cannot do it. You need a wired headphone. So you got to hook up the headphone to this watch, and then you can listen to it. Now, the unique feature about this one, and there's another one too, I can't remember which one it is, that you can have ability to listen to FM radio. So FM radio, and then as well as your personalized music that you can listen to. Now I like the Bluetooth feature because I don't need the wire. I can just use my Bluetooth headphone to do that. And so ability to listen to music is very important to me, and it's actually essential. I don't want to be carrying my smartphone because I find it's a bit bulky and it's kind of awkward if you're wearing let's say track pants, right? Especially when you listen to music, usually going for a run. I like to go for a walk or run. So having a watch like this and being able to control your music and then drag and drop ability of any music you want into there, that's amazing feature. So I would have a collection of my CDs, and then I would just take that file, compress it into MP3, and then drag it over to my smart watch, and it works really well. Okay, so ability to listen to music, having that ability to store that music in a micro SD card up to 32 gig, and then stream it through Bluetooth. Very important. Number 3, very essential feature, is that it has its own SIM card built in. In other words, or SIM card slot actually, and then you can put the SIM card in there. Very important. Why would you need that? Well, think about this. The reason why I have smartwatches is that it acts as a backup to my smartphone. You see, my smartphone can call, right? It has a SIM card built in. Now, what happened? Let's say my smartphone dies on me. Okay, no battery, or I dropped it, whatever it is, and I have to call somebody. I guess I can borrow somebody's phone, or I don't know if they still have those phone booth. Anyway, being able to do that, take the SIM card from the smartphone and put it onto the smartwatch is a very important feature. And you can see all 7 watches I have here can do that. Right now, the price range, of course, can be anywhere between $30 to all the way to $200. So it can be expensive depending on what kind of feature you want. So these are 3 essential features that you must have for your smartwatches. Otherwise, what's the point of having it, right? So again, being able to tell time using a network, so it should have Wi-Fi built in. Should be able to play music, so it should have a micro SD card built in there, so you can store music in there and stream through Bluetooth. 3, it should be able to make a call using its own independent SIM card, so you can put in the SIM card and you call directly without synchronize with your smartphone. Very important. All these smartwatches now, you have to, they synchronize with the phone, but if you don't have a smartphone, you can't make a call. Now, there is some exception. So I think Samsung S Gear watch may have that, or Gear S, I can't remember the name of it, have that ability. I don't know which version has that, but these 7 watches I have actually can do it. In fact, these 7 watches is more advanced than even the Apple Watch. Because it has an Android, a true Android 4.2 or 4.4 built into it. That is incredible. Now, with exception, of course, is this one here. This one has its unique operating system. But it has one unique feature, that it has to have a physical keyboard in there for dialing. So this one here, okay? Anyway, so you can see I have these 7 watches, smartwatches, and I love them. Okay, 4 of them I did modify, like this one here. It's the called InWatch Z. One thing I like about it, it has a transflexive screen, and that screen allows me to look at it during sunlight. So there's no glare on it, and I can really see even when there's a full sun. It works really well. How it works is that the transflexive screen, when the sun hits it, it acts like almost like a mirror bouncing back, and you can see the outline of, let's say it was a dial or is a number. Okay. So that's one thing I like about this watch here. And also the GPS. Yes, the unique feature of this one, it has a built-in GPS, and the GPS works really well. In fact, it's one of the only few smartwatch that actually has a GPS that works super well. The second one is this one here that I modified. This one is, I think, is a ZG Pack smartwatch. Now, I modified this a little bit by pretty much putting a wireless pad into it, so that can be charged wirelessly. So this smartwatch can be charged wirelessly. Amazing. So I just put it on a pad and it charges it. It's way ahead of its time, pretty much, but I modified that one. This one is Samsung, I think Gear, the first version of it, or is it second? I can't remember the model. I have to look at it, but I think it's the first one. This one allows me to install Android 4.0 or 4.2, and this is a modified version of Samsung. And one thing I like about it is because I can store some apps in there that's normally not allowed in the Android Wear. This one I could just install a lot of software in there. That's Android 4.0 or 4.4, 4.2 compatible. So very cool Samsung Gear watch. This one is another ZG Pack watch. This is I think it's a S90. I can't remember the exact model. This one I modded such that it has a bigger battery. In fact, it has 1800 milliamp hour battery, which is about I think it's 6 times more powerful than its original 300 milliamp hour. So this battery will last for a month without charging, okay, compared to, let's say, a week. So a month, that's amazing. And in fact, it's so good that I have an app that allows me to have the screen on the whole day. Yeah, I would say about 8 to 10 hours. The screen is always on. That's how good this battery is able to last quite a long time. This one here is unique in that sense that it's not an Android. It has its own software built in, operating system. But what I like about this one is it actually has a physical keyboard for dialing. So I can call using this physical keyboard. It has a built-in SIM card, and an micro SD slot as well. Okay. Whoa, this one's making noises. Why is it doing that? Let me see. It's telling me it's already. Oh. It has a time. This one. It's also another ZG Pack. I can't remember the model of this one. This is higher model than the S90, I believe. But this one, again, similar feature. I didn't modify this one because this one is it's good already with the way it is. The battery lasts a little bit longer. It's 500 milliamp hour battery, so it lasts longer than the other one. Okay, so this one's also very cool. This one here, the last one, is actually the most expensive one. This is the FI Fine watch. This one is unique because it's a true capable Android watch. It's a 4.2 or 4.4 Android OS system built in here. The reason it can handle so much because it has 1 giga RAM in here, and I think it has 8 giga memory internal storage. And then you can put in also the micro SD in there as well. I put about, I think I could put up to, I think, either 32 or 64 gig in here. So you can have plenty of data stored in this watch. And it's a nice watch too. I didn't modify this watch either because it's, you know, very expensive. It's, I think, cost me about at least $200, the US, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, built-in SIM card, SIM slot, and it has a micro SD slot as well to store that. Okay, beautiful watch. So these are my 7 favorite watch. They all have Android built in with a full version of Android, at least 4.0, with exception to this one here, right? So anyway, I hope that if you're gonna invest in smartwatches, that you consider the 3 essential features that I mentioned. All right, thanks for watching EducateTube.com.